KEXP, where the music matters, 90.3 FM in Seattle, all around the world, wherever you may be, KEXP.org. In studio, in the Roadhouse, my name is Greg Vandy. I'm happy to have Kassi Valazza in the house.
Such a woman you have standing there. I'm a fool to compare. Hands are shaky, but I'm not surprised. Blood stains on my eyes. Through my window, what a glare I see. Broken windows never bothered me. When bruises show, they take their time. But the pain is on your mind. I feel it's too late. The grass has turned a lighter shade. Oh, poor, won't you please bring me back bright colored leaves? Springtime brings about the green amongst the trees. Color like her eyes is shining. Sunshine swallows every step she leaves behind. And you got colors on your mind. Juniper has come and gone this year. Soft whispers in my ear. Broken promises she swore to keep. That don't mean a damn to me. Like picking daisies off your tongue. Life's a gamble for you, son.
This is Kassi Valazza.
When I'm feeling low, like the night before, like the night before that one. Don't tell me it shows, 'cause I worn out my perfume. I even done up my hair. Guess I never figured that you come round to care. When the feeling is gone, I'll be moving on, like ever before. He wore his troubles like iron. He had a smile worth smiling, just the prettiest thing that I'd ever seen. But the neon and the drinking, it really got him to thinking this ship he was sinking could float out to sea. When the feeling is gone, he'll be moving on, like ever before. So my dear honest mister, I'll try not to whisper in the ways I've been singing, and the way I behave. For I love you only, but when we're both sad and lonely,
Kassi Valazza and band, a new song, the world premiere of the song, Like Ever Before, unreleased tune, and the first song was A Fine Color, from her debut record called Dear Dead Days, which I ranked number 3 on my records of 2019. Kassi, it's lovely to have you here. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, that last song, this new one, what's that about?
I guess loving somebody that's not willing to love themselves yet.
Yeah. You seem to be a confessional songwriter. You put a lot out there in your songs, and they're pretty personal. Are they about you, these songs, or are they about characters?
I think they're mostly about, they're all about me, I guess. It's hard. I feel like I write a lot of story songs, and there's a lot of characters. And for a while, that's kind of all I did was write story songs because I was too scared, I think, to put my own self, like, vulnerably into these songs. And now I'm kind of past that. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know any other way to write a song, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think it's really working. The album Dear Dead Days, I guess that's implying that you're talking about your old days, you're from Arizona, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay. People don't really know a lot. There's not a lot about you out there. There's really not much written or not much. And so I think people are discovering you maybe for the first time here. And you came to Portland, Oregon from Arizona. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. What made you move to Portland?
I had some friends that lived here. I think I was just ready to get out of Arizona. I love Arizona, but nobody wants to stay home, you know?
Yeah.
Some people do.
Yeah.
I didn't, and I had friends here, and it was close enough to where I could come home if I needed to, but far enough away where I could be far away.
Yeah, perfect. And you came from a somewhat musical family, from what I understand. We were chatting earlier, and your dad was a musician.
He was, yeah. He played in a lot of like country folk stuff in the 60s and 70s. He played with bands like Sons of the Pioneers. My family was actually really good friends with Marty Robbins. Like my grandpa and my dad and him would like go fishing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and go on hunting trips and stuff.
So Marty Robbins lived nearby?
He used to. He died a long time ago, but
Yeah.
He must have lived right by my grandpa.
Maybe near El Paso. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, great. The Portland scene is fantastic. I think you made a great choice. I can't believe how hot the scene is in
I
Portland.
know.
There's just so many bands, and there's so much overlap and so much cooperation, and sort of like a real sort of community scene.
Yeah.
And I recognize a lot of your band members, in other groups. Can you introduce the band?
Yes, I can. So I got Louis Longmire on bass and harmonies. He is the man in every band. I got Ned Folkerth on drums. I got Carrie Sigler on guitar and Tobias Berblinger on keys.
Yeah, it's a great band. I think what I liked, I think what people latch onto is the voice. They're like, wow, what a great voice. And then the songs are so good. But then the band, I noticed the band sort of takes it further in the recordings. They really take it a little bit, stretch it out into a real kind of a cool, I guess, cosmic kind of way. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how'd you find these guys? Especially Carrie here. I guess I'm a fan of Carrie, your guitar player.
I've known Carrie for a long time. He's actually from Arizona, too.
Okay.
Carrie this is just a little piece of info. Carrie was dating my really good friend, Kira, and I found him through Kira, and we became really good friends, and we both wanted to play music together, so we started doing that as a duo. And then I found Louis from the Laurel Thirst, because I go to Laurel Thirst all the time. I found Ned through my friend Zach Bryson, who's also an amazing songwriter.
Right.
And then I got Tobias over there. We met at a show that we both played, and then I left my cord at the show, and then he met me for breakfast the next day, and he was like, let's play together. And I was like, yeah.
Nice. Well, it's really working. It really sounds great. This next song is called Mary. It's one of the songs that I put on my podcast last year. And it's one of my favorite songs from the record. Can you explain what this song is about? So I'm really trying to sort of figure it out by listening, and I need you to tell me more.
I guess it's like important to stay patient, and I have a hard time with that. And I'm always wanting more, And I feel like the results are always so much better if you wait and you do things slowly. And that's kind of what it's about.
Great. This is Kassi Valazza. She's in the Roadhouse on KEXP. She's playing the Belltown Yacht Club tonight around 9:30. And the song's called Mary.
was a wealthy man, but Mary thought that she could stand to wear his ring upon her hand someday. But Tommy fell for Eloise, and Mary fell upon her knees. Mary never looked at love the same. Oh, how the time moves slower than twine in my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Mary didn't know that the farther you go, it's not quite as it seems. Oh, John Carver aimed to please. His daughter was young Eloise. A dowry of fine cattle did he bring. But famine came and starved the beast. And as for Tom and Eloise, they gambled their life savings away. Oh, how the time moves slower than twine in my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Mary didn't know that the farther you go, it's not quite as it seems. Oh, John Carver moved away, his cattle gone and turned astray. Mary bought that plot of land one day. With tired hands she built a home. Tommy's debt began to grow, till his life was all he had to pay. Oh, how the time moves slower than twine in my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Mary didn't know that the farther you go, it's not quite as it seems.
All right, Kassi Valazza. The song's Mary from the album Dear Dead Days, a debut record from Kassi. I love your sound. That was just great. That was awesome. I love that song. And you guys are going to be at the Belltown Yacht Club tonight playing around 9:30. Then tomorrow, Thursday, you're going to be in Portland,
Yep.
your town, and playing the liquor store, right? With Barna Howard, my old friend Barna Howard.
Yeah, Barna and Sequoia.
Yeah, right on. So when did you realize you had this voice? At what age did you realize, hey, I got a voice and I can sing with it?
I think, I don't know, I've been singing since I was little. So I always sang with my dad and my brother. And then I was in choir a lot in church, you know. Yeah, I can't remember a time I didn't
So it's
sing.
just natural for you.
Yeah.
And when did you start writing songs?
I was like maybe 10, 10 or 11.
Yeah. And how did you get this record together? You had songs and you got the band together, and then how did you go in and make it and do all that?
Well, my really good friend Zach, who I mentioned earlier, he kind of wrangled people, like all of us, and we kind of recorded all the songs with John Wolfhart, who is a friend of ours. He was the engineer for the album, and we recorded them inside every single house I lived in. For a year, it was like 7 different houses.
I see.
So it was kind of like
So no studio, real home recordings.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And it's a self-release, correct? Mm-hmm. And so I bet that's going to be picked up pretty soon, I would imagine, by somebody.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And have you toured yet?
We did our first tour, like together as a band. We did West Coast, and that was really fun.
Yeah, I think I saw you on Facebook Live at the Love Song Bar in L.A. That seemed like a good time.
That was a good show.
Yeah, right on. So your mother kind of pops up in these songs a lot of it. You know, I joke about artists when they come in. I always say, hey, you know, it's going to go like this, and I'm going to be like the Barbara Walters kind of approach, but I'm going to talk about your mother and make you cry and stuff. But you actually write about your mother quite a bit.
I do. Yeah, my mom and me are really close. She's my favorite person, and I think she might be the strongest person I've ever met. So I feel like when I write about her, I'm definitely writing about specifically her, but there's also this general sense that she kind of symbolizes all the women in my life and the things that women go through. And I think that's a pretty important part of my life. You know,
Yeah, there's a song called Mama
Yes.
on the record. It's like a 7-minute slow burn,
Right.
which is a great song. Is that about her?
Yeah, it's about, I think, women in general and how we're supposed to deal with our emotions, how we're taught to deal with our emotions, and the result of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, specifically my mom.
Yeah, it's a very deep song.
Thank you.
As is this next one. This is my other favorite one from the album. It's called Chino. And I think about California when I think of Chino, but apparently Arizona has a Chino.
Chino Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom lives in Phoenix, and Prescott is where my dad lives. And growing up, I would go between the two, and there's a little town called Chino Valley right in the middle, and it's just gold hills, and it's just beautiful. And I think that town always kind of symbolized going home, because either direction was home.
Right, yeah.
So I wrote a song about it
Do you miss Arizona?
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your turquoise.
Thank you.
I also like Louis' haircut.
I do too, and he is not happy with it, and I think he looks so handsome.
Yeah. Even more
I've been
handsome.
long-haired for so long that I just don't know who I am anymore.
After the show, everybody tell Louis how handsome he looks.
Absolutely. And of course, if you want to see Louis, you know, the Laurel Thirst Pub in Portland, and someday I'm going to be down there. We're going to have a party down there sometime soon.
Yes.
Yeah. This is Kassi Valazza. Again, the album Dear Dead Days. I ranked it number 3 of my favorite records from 2019, and it's great to have her in studio. Let's hear this last song. Thanks for coming in, Kassi.
Thank you, Greg.
Some bright piece of sunshine came tumbling through, came rolling through my blinds today. Way out here in Chino, where the river flows and the cattle grow, it's home, but I can't stay. Coming through once in a while, won't you keep my go, the clouds told me so. So I left in search for rain, but I missed the sunlight shining through my window pane, and the way it made the rough soften on my face. Cheer up, Cassie, I'll be coming through. Once in a while, won't you watch your window pane? And I reckon it's been on your mind if I'm doing good, if I still shine, I'm okay.
Wow. I love that song. Chino by Kassi Valazza featuring Carrie Sigler on guitar, Tobias on keys, Louie on bass, Ned on drums. Great band. Great album, Kassi. Congratulations, your debut record. You really smashed it with that one. It's great to have you on the show, and we'll see you at the Belltown Yacht Club tonight. And then tomorrow in Portland, you'll be at the liquor store.
Yes.
And you'll be at Treefort Music Festival in Boise in March.
I will. We will. All of us will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Kassi Valazza on KEXP.
Thank you.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.